In a world so full of questions and confusion, sometimes it can be hard to know where to turn for answers. Lucky for you, you've come to the right place. This is Letters to Jules and Josh.
Welcome back to the podcast, folks. This is Letters to Jules and Josh, the podcast where you get life advice from two totally unqualified best friends. I am Jules, and here with me is my anniversary weekend best friend, Josh. Big weekend for you and the lover. How you feeling, sir?
It was a very nice weekend, man. We got a chance to get a little hotel getaway, so it was a nice change of pace for us.
Nice romantic stay. You also took 2 days off work for the first time in a long time. My man is a hard worker and he's handsome. Beautiful podcasting voice. You can do it all, can't you?
Oh, you're far too kind. You're far too kind.
Well, the pleasantries are over. The pump up music has been listened to. A little Pia Mia. You can Google that one, folks. Josh, how'd you feel? How'd you feel about the Pia Mia recommendation I gave you?
I did enjoy the recommendation. It really got me in some good vibes. I know you're all about good vibes pre-podcast. I think you solidified that with your song choice tonight.
All right, so let's get right into it this week. We've got some good, interesting emails and perhaps a brand new segment. Who knows?
Oh,
Find out soon. This email comes in from Madison in Atlanta. Hi, Jules and Josh. A situation has come up that I could really use your counsel on. I'm 20. My name is Madison, and you might as well use my name because this story is so specific that if my landlord hears it, he'll already know it's us anyway. I go to college in Atlanta and live in a house that I rent out with 6 other girls. Our landlord, who I've always had a good relationship, is a very chill dude, but very quirky. He loves to party and is spending the winter down in Miami. But before he left, he made sure that the house was fully stocked with all the cups, beer bongs, ping pong tables, etc. that we would need for our own personal parties. He also said that we are more than welcome to smoke weed in the house and gave us the number for his personal bong guy and said we can contact him for custom bongs whenever. Interesting.
very interesting.
Bongs are where this story begins,
Of course.
like all other great stories. In the house, along with all the other party equipment our landlord left us, is a fancily painted bong that he told us never to use because it has sentimental value to him. We, of course, have always respected his wishes and never used it. A couple weeks ago, though, one of my roommates had her boyfriend and another friend over to chill. Unbeknownst to us girls, after my roommate went to sleep, her boyfriend and friend used our landlord's sentimental bong and broke it.
Uh-oh.
Disastrous. Now, before you think about suggesting we contact the bong guy to have it repaired, it's important that you know that when I say broke it, I mean they broke it. They accidentally knocked it off the kitchen table and shattered it into pieces on the kitchen floor. A complete disaster. I wish there was a bong pun to make there, but there's nothing's coming to mind. So, Jules and Josh, I come to you desperate for advice. What the heck do we do? I love this house. This is my second year living here, and I plan to spend my next and last year of school living here too. Also, the landlord won't be back from Miami for a couple months, so we have time to formulate a plan. I repeat, what do we do? Should I just tell him what happened and hope that he's cool and chill and understanding? Should we contact the bong guy and try to get him to remake the same custom bong? But then what if he tells the landlord and he gets super mad and kicks us out? Should we buy him a whole bunch of new high quality bongs? We are all freaking out and would really love to hear back from you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, Madison. Wow.
Wow.
I'm going to turn it over to you here, Josh. But before I do, I just want to say that Madison, your landlord sounds like a pretty dank guy.
Yeah, Madison, listen, you got a lot of questions here.
Mhm.
And I think before we make any moves, we, meaning Jules and I,
I'm sorry, did you say we or weed? That's a weak one.
yeah, we're going to try and figure this one out. Because I think before we rush to any conclusions here, we got to go through the steps that you can take. Because like you mentioned, he's away for a few months. So we have some time to come up with something here.
No rush.
Here's the thing. I'll be honest. I'm not much of a bong guy. Jules, I believe you're solely a bottle tote guy, right?
Wow, we have to clarify that for all the moms and family members
Yeah.
listening. No, I'm not a weed guy either, but a classic joke me and Josh used to make at parties when people would offer us weed is just to say, no, bro, I only do bottle tokes, man.
Only BT is for us.
Only BTs for the boys. Wow, that was a good throwback. I'll let you continue. No, not much of a weed guy. Not much of a
Yeah.
bong guy. Pure bottle tokes for me, bro.
In all seriousness, though, my assumption is that a bong guy is probably pretty serious about his bongs. And clearly, this guy has some serious sentimental attachment to
Mhm.
one of his bongs.
He's really bonged with it.
That he has. So let's really take a look at a strategy for replacement first. What do you think, Jules?
You know what? As you said, I don't have a lot of experience with bongs per se, but I do have a lot, and I mean a lot of experience with breaking and spilling things,
Oh,
particularly in houses that are not mine. So I think I can perhaps provide you with some counsel on matters of the spillage and breakage. Here are a few examples of times I've broken slash spilled things in apartments that weren't mine. In Mexico, I was renting an apartment and accidentally knocked over and broke a pane of glass that goes on like a tabletop pane of glass thing. Never told the guy, I just threw it out, moved on. In Argentina, I was renting an apartment for 3 months and accidentally broke the bed's headboard in my sleep.
headboard breakage in your sleep. Please
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah, I mean that one's not really on me. As you know, Josh, I move like crazy in my sleep, right?
Right.
I'm a very aggressive sleep mover. I'm
Right.
tossing, I'm turning, I'm repositioning. It's actually relatively common for me to wake up in the morning with my pillowcase off because like I've moved so like I'm just flopping around like a very aggressive fish in my sleep.
Oh, of course, the classic fish sleep guy.
Exactly. So anyways, I woke up one morning and the headboard was just like no longer properly attached to the bed.
But usually headboards are kind of sturdy and mounted to the rest of a bed frame.
Yeah, see, this is
How
my
did
point.
you remove
This is
a
my point
headboard?
exactly. It's not my fault that the headboard broke if it can break from me sleeping. No matter how aggressively salmon like my fish is, my sleep is. So, yeah, that one's not really on me. I also didn't hit up my boy Carlos and say, sorry, bro, I broke the bed. Another time, and you're very familiar with this time,
Yeah.
the time that I spilled salad all over your brand new white carpet in your living room.
Ah, yes, of course. Not just salad, though. Let's keep in mind it was Lebanese shish taouk salad. So there was a lot of sauces and other stuff that covered my carpet.
I will say again, not really my fault. My fault on the spill, but who on earth puts a white carpet in an eating space? I don't understand, especially when you know that your best friend is Captain Spills a lot and he's going to be over. Anyways, that's another time that I spilled and did not tell the owner of said rug, your girlfriend.
Yes, we've kept this a secret,
And she doesn't listen to the podcast.
which is very convenient for us.
Exactly. So, in summary, I have a lot of experience breaking things, spilling things, not telling anyone. However, I don't really think that that's an option here, Josh. What we have to do something, right?
Yeah, that you've given us a long list of times when you've conveniently dodged letting an owner know that you've broken something in their home. But for these ladies, we have to actually come up with a real solution for them because I don't think they're going to be able to not address the situation some way, somehow. But we have a bong expert,
We have a bong guy.
right? And this is the crucial point of our response. I think you need to find a way to get an exact replica of this bong, right, Jules?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? You mentioned in the email you were worried maybe he would tell the landlord. I wouldn't really worry about snitching from a guy whose professional title is bong guy. So, yes, the first thing I would do is exactly what Josh said. Get in touch with Bong Guy. We're looking for an exact replica to be made. The odds of that, however, I don't think are super high. I would imagine if you don't have a whole bunch of pics, Bong Guy probably doesn't have a very precise catalog of all of the special sentimental bongs he's made.
Right. We are hoping that they have pictures of this bong for sure.
Yeah, if you don't have pics of the bong and like if you don't take pics of a hype bong before you rip it, bro, are you even a stoner? Are you even dank?
Precisely. The hope here is that there's a picture somewhere, or Bong Guy has a sentimental connection to this bong as well, in which case he might have a lead on where we can get this thing replaced. If you are worried that he's going to say something, I would just slip him a little bit of extra cash. I'm sure that'll help him acquire some more bongs.
A little quiche for the kush, baby.
A little bit of quiche for the kush. Exactly. So I think that's your best bet.
Look, realistically, I don't think it's going to work out. I think probably you're going to have to tell the landlord the truth. Maybe offer to buy him like an equivalently priced, equally lit ass bong. And hopefully he understands. If he doesn't, like that really sucks. And it sucks because it's not your fault. You didn't break the bong. It was some other guests in your house. But man, sometimes life just doesn't work out, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the honest route you can get away with here because you've clearly done a good job of not breaking it. This wasn't on you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely go with the replacement route before having to address any of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't hide it like Jules and I have either, because that's not cool.
I mean, sometimes it's cool. Thank you, Madison, for your email.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to email number 2. Dear Jules and Josh, not sure how to start this off, so I'll just go with this. Sup, boys? I'm 25 and I recently moved back home over Christmas to work with my dad's company and take it a bit easier for the rest of the pandemic. Moving home has been weird as I'd been living out of town and with roommates since I was 18, so living with my parents again has been a strange experience. It's also been cool though, as I've been able to reconnect with my family and even with some of my old friends from high school. One of my best friends since forever, we'll call him Ryan, who I also went to university with, lived a few houses down the street growing up. And while he's not there now, his family, and more importantly, his 20-year-old sister, who we'll call Abby, still lives there. I always knew Abby had a crush on me growing up, but I never thought anything of it because she was so much younger. Well, I bumped into Abby a couple weeks ago on a walk, and boys, she has gotten quite cute, to say the least.
5 quites.
That's a lot of quites. After that initial bump in, Abby and I started going on more and more walks, and now we pretty much do some type of walk, hike, or outdoor activity every other day. Throughout high school and university, I definitely had a reputation as more of a player type. I've always partied a lot and gone on a lot of dates with girls. You get the gist. I've definitely never been a girlfriend guy. This pandemic, though, has had me kind of rethinking my ways, and spending time with Abby has me thinking that her and I could really be something. Ooh. The problem here is that Ryan is one of my close friends and has always known me as the player I've been throughout the years, so I doubt he'd be happy with me dating his younger sister. Abby is so cute, dope, and sweet, though, that I'm seriously thinking that I should just go for it and hope Ryan comes around. So, boys, do you think this is a good idea or a bad one? Should I do it? I will be anxiously awaiting what you have to say before I make any moves. Thanks, dudes. Man, Josh, have you ever heard of the Darwin Awards?
I have actually, yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, the Darwin Awards are these awards that are given out to people who do really stupid things. And my friend, you may be on your way to earning yourself a Darwin Award with your actions here, because this sounds like a horrible idea, no, Josh?
I think there's a way that this can be done, but
Wow,
let me listen.
interesting.
Let me hear you out here.
Man, look, I think it's nice that he's speaking so highly of Abby. He's calling her dope. It's a really nice compliment. And I think it's cute that he thinks he's like a changed man because he hasn't been dating a bunch of girls during the pandemic.
Right.
And you know what? Just to be clear, I'm not judging anyone for dating a bunch of girls or guys or whatever. Like, date as many people as you want or as little people as you want. Whatever. I'm not your dad. Treat people with respect. Be safe. No, it's fine. All that being said, it just seems like quite a mistake for your first move post-player life to be dating your really good friend's little sister. No, Josh?
Yeah. No matter how you look at this, it's a very delicate situation. You have to be ready to handle this in a very mature way. because you're going to get a lot of questions, and your boy Ryan here is going to want to know what exactly you're up to. But I think at the same time, like he said, he's had a lot of time to reflect during this time. Maybe he is coming around to wanting to settle down. Maybe this is a familiar person that he's known for a long time. So initially, I think that something can be worked out here. But I'm going to take this back to when I was at sleepaway camp.
Oh,
And
interesting.
keep in mind, we are 14, 15-year-old boys here. So
Studs.
not the best judgment was being had here. But I remember this one kid found himself in this very similar situation in which he was dating, well, camp dating, one of the bunk mates in our tent, younger sister, who was like only 1 year younger. So it wasn't that weird for us at the time.
Okay.
Problem was, he didn't stop talking about it when we got back to the bunk at night. And so
Oh.
that obviously didn't work out very well for him. There was many fights within our bunk. It was more of a UFC type situation at night. And so you're going to have to be careful about how you talk about Abby to Ryan, because it's not going to be like the old days when you were able to talk about just about anyone and say just about anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. One of my main concerns here, honestly, is that this will forever change your friendship with one of your closest friends, Ryan. I mean, whether this goes super well or super poorly, both ways, you and Ryan's relationship will not be the same as it was. And maybe that's an amazing thing because maybe you fall in love and you have kids and it's just a lovely, lovely story. But the opposite end of this is not only you breaking like Abby's heart or whatever, something weird happening with her, but also a friendship being split up. So I don't know. I'm a lot more on the no side than Josh. Josh, you seem to be trending towards this could work.
Yeah, but I'm listening to what you're saying here, and man, there is a lot of downside if this doesn't work out
There's
for
a
him.
lot on the line here.
I guess the way I thought about it was, it sounds like he's taken some mature steps. He's reaching out to us. He's put his thoughts onto paper here, and he's really seems like he's trying to go after Abby in that wholesome way. And they come from the same hometown. Their families have known each other for a while. This could be one of those situations where it could go the distance.
I really wish we'd gotten more details on the hometown, eh? Like, is this a ranching zone?
Right.
Are they like, are they chilling on horseback? Is there, I don't know why I'm going to, is this a funny bit? I'm not sure.
No, but I just think there's some potential, but man, you're right. If this goes south, there could be a lot on the line for his friendship as well, not only with Abby. So I think you got to be careful how you maneuver this situation. You got to set up a good scouting report for yourself to give to Ryan, just to show him that you've changed. Kind of give him what you told us here, that you're ready to take things to the next level. You're more serious. You're looking to settle down. I think that might help reassure him. Because don't forget, he could expose you for
Yeah.
all these stupid things you've
Yeah.
done in the past. And
I mean, realistically, Abby would like, it's not like she's getting into a relationship with a guy she doesn't know either, right? If he's a historical player,
right.
does that make any sense? If he has a history of being a player, Abby knows.
No, I know. But at the same time, like, if my best friend knows everything about me and then I start dating his sister and I start misbehaving, let's say, he could deliver some
You be careful, my friend.
embarrassing stories. That she might have heard what kind of type of guy he was, but
She might find out that a girl once called him Jish.
yeah, exactly. So you gotta make sure you know what you're doing before you get into this situation. Really think long and hard if you're really serious about this situation.
Yeah. I'll just say this. Look, maybe Ryan is a super chill dude and he'll be cool with it. But the risk reward just sounds too dangerous for me. Like best case scenario, you end up together forever and it's amazing. But worst case scenario is you lose one of your best friends because you were feeling a little bored and a little lonely during a pandemic. So you made a move on his younger sister.
Yeah, you bring up some good points.
And you
I
know,
mean,
like there are situations like this that work out. Like there really are. You hear about them. Oh, this guy was another guy's best friend, and it's like perfect. You know what I mean? And he definitely has more information than us on the situation But he asked for my opinion. He asked for our opinion.
Yeah.
And he has it now. So yeah, think about it. Do what you will with our advice. And we wish you the best. We really do. Thank you for your email. We've spent the first half of the show answering your questions. Now it's time for us to get into the hottest, most controversial topics of our friendship. This is Debate 720 with Jules and Josh. Getting into the jissues. Many people that listen to this show may think that our friendship is all sunshine and rainbows. However, there are a few topics that come up that we disagree on and make us hate each other. So we thought this week we would bring you a brand new segment to show you how Josh sucks and I am right. So this week on Debate 720, the topic is the Great Dessert Debate. We're going to start off with this, Josh. Best ice cream flavor. We have very opposing views on desserts. As you will see, Josh, what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Right. Favorite ice cream flavor, hands down. There has never been a debate for me on this topic. I know we go way back on this one. So, best ice cream flavor, vanilla ice cream and chocolate chip. More specifically, we have an ice cream place we like to go to. I always get that flavor. I'm sure you'll introduce your flavor in a second here. Let me just give you the basis for vanilla chocolate chip.
Please.
Vanilla, it's the best base flavor of ice cream. Chocolate is much too sweet, much too intense. Vanilla is the ultimate ice cream flavor. The chocolate chip gives you that perfect amount of sweetness. It's light, it mixes in with vanilla really well. That's my pick. It's really simple for me, honestly.
Dude, you are so boring. It's ridiculous. First of all, you know what? I'll give you my pick first before I rebut your pick. My favorite ice cream flavor is choco orange, or for the non-bilingual listeners, chocolate orange. And you know what? Anytime you can combine one of these solid like chocolate, caramel, cookie dough, anytime you can combine one of the regular classics but not boring vanilla with a fruity flavor, raspberry, strawberry, mango, lemon, beautiful things are happening. It's the perfect contrast of flavors. It is an explosion in your educated palate. And Josh, that is why I bring you on vanilla chocolate chip. Your palate is not educated, my friend.
No. On the contrary, what you're suggesting are flavors that go well in a sorbet, in a water-based ice cream type of dessert. What I'm choosing here is true ice cream. The flavors are meant to be vanilla with a nice light hint of chocolate. Chocolate and orange in ice cream, to me, first of all, that flavor in particular is quite awful because the orange, in my opinion, totally doesn't go well with the chocolate, especially in ice creams when you're combining fruit with the sweetness of an ice cream. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
It's the perfect flavor because you're essentially bringing me like the missionary position of ice cream, and I'm bringing you like the whole Kama Sutra here, my friend.
No, it's so overrated. See, people like you think they're doing all
what
that.
What do you mean, people like me?
I mean, choco orange orderers think you guys are really special. I know one of our other friends, he likes to get chocolate raspberry.
Oof, that's so good, dude.
Stop kidding yourselves. Come back to the basics.
Ugh.
That is what ice cream's all about. You're trying to do way too much. It's really pretentious in my eyes.
I'm sorry that I am such an educated man, a man of culture. I'll give you this. Vanilla chocolate chip, in my opinion, is like the How I Met Your Mother of ice cream flavors.
Oh, that's so insulting.
A lot of people think it's good, but they're all super wrong because it actually sucks. And like, if you like that flavor / show, it proves that you have horrible, childish taste.
Absolutely not. It's like a comedy classic, like a Seinfeld, something you can always go back to, enjoy. There's not too much about it. It's just a solid vanilla chocolate chip.
But when will we live, Josh? When will we experience the new fruits of the world?
Yeah, but it's not meant to be combined with ice cream is my point. You're doing a disservice to the ice cream.
I am doing a service to my tummy, to my tum-tum.
I completely disagree. The fruit ice cream people for me, and I'm surrounded by them. Everyone around me
Well,
enjoys
Montreal
it.
is a city of culture, my friend.
Thankfully, I am the only woke one within my friend group to know what is good when it comes to ice cream flavors. But I'll say this much. I've been burned by the world. I've been shafted by Montreal superstores many a time here because no one seems to carry a vanilla chocolate chip ice cream.
Perhaps a sign.
A sign of complete stupidity by the supermarkets and the people making these orders. I really don't understand why it's not a more popular flavor. I think people overlook it. It is a perfect ice cream flavor.
Could not disagree with you more.
Do you like mint chocolate chip?
Ugh, no. Do
Exactly.
you like mint? I don't like
No.
mint though as ice cream. Like, why would I eat toothpaste when I
Well,
could
that's
just eat something that's good?
right. Well, that's what I think of the fruit side of things as well. But
What?
mint chocolate chip is widely available in supermarkets, and it sucks.
Time for you to become a man of culture, perhaps. Okay, second one. Josh, I know that you have very interesting opinions on cake.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about chocolate cake? And what do you think is the best birthday dessert?
Well, best birthday dessert. See, there's only one chocolate cake that I've ever really enjoyed. And I guess the way to best describe it would be a dry brick of chocolate. It's firm, it's hard, it's not moist. There's no frosting on it. It's
Dude,
not,
what the fuck?
it's perfect with vanilla ice cream.
Has anyone on earth ever described the most delicious cake as a dry brick?
Well, the thing with cakes for me, and I think this started when I was a young kid, was that classic birthday cake that you get at a party. That fake frosting for me, I could never warm up to it. It was never something I enjoyed. Chocolate, vanilla, you name it, funfetti, whatever flavors they want to
What?
throw out at us. I'm not a fan of that classic birthday cake. I don't know if you've now graduated to a different line of cakes. Actually, I do know you're a cheesecake guy.
Yes. You know that I'm not eating cotton candy birthday cakes.
Right. Similar to my vanilla ice cream pick. I mean, I want to have some vanilla ice cream with my cake, and I need a nice, dry, firm chocolate cake, in my opinion. That it's been my favorite cake. You're asking me what I
Dude, it's just so appalling to hear you describe your in what world is any food, let alone a cake, but
Mhm.
whoever describes a delicious food as dry. The only good thing that in life that is dry is like socks and towels, bro.
See, here's I think the best way for me to maybe describe this. If you take a freshly made brownie,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume you like to eat it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer to put it in the freezer.
What?
I would much prefer a cold, hard brownie.
Dude, this is actually shocking. That is a crazy revelation you just revealed. I've known you for like 15 years. You prefer non-fresh brick brownies.
Yes, that is correct. Because it goes really well with milk, a nice glass of milk. For me, hot, moist, those kind of terms with chocolate, like people like having a piece of chocolate melt in their mouth. I can't stand that.
What?
I can't stand
What
it.
the fuck?
I have really started eating all my chocolate bars fresh out of the freezer.
My god. This is appalling, bro. Where is Gordon Ramsay? Oh my, I don't even have a rebuttal for you. I'm gonna puke, dude. What are you saying? Hold on. Okay.
I think it's a way to cut down the sweetness. When something is warm, it kind of tastes sweeter. So I think this has always been my angle to reduce the amount of sweet taste.
You clearly don't like sweet, so that is what it is.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Would you prefer a freshly baked chocolate chip cookie or like a kind of stale-ish Chips Ahoy that you bought like 4 days ago?
No, see, I don't want something that's stale.
Well, it's not okay, not stale, but just regular Chips Ahoy. It doesn't have that, that fresh cookie gooiness.
Well, I have a personal beef with Chips Ahoy of late. I really don't like their flavor too much anymore, but I see where you're going.
Mhm.
And I would certainly think about that one depending on my mood in the moment. Because I can appreciate a freshly baked cookie. Don't get me wrong. Like
Okay.
I can see why
At the
people like
very
it.
least.
But I would much rather take the freshly baked cookies that my mom has given me and stick them directly in my freezer to enjoy for later.
Oh my god. I wish we had video so people could see the faces I'm making right now because this is really rattling. There's nothing more to say. There's really nothing else to say, Josh, about your horrible taste. I can't wait to put up the Instagram stories so people can vote for Josh being a lunatic on desserts.
I think the cold chocolate, there's a surprising a number of us out there.
Are you the silent majority?
Yeah.
The red wave, if you will? I really want a rich, delicious chocolate, and I want it to be gooey and moist.
Ugh.
And you, on the other hand, are clearly advocating for an abstinence-only policy on delicious desserts, it appears.
Well, I just think it's the way of consuming chocolate in a different manner. That's all it is. I don't like it the way everyone else typically likes to enjoy chocolate.
You are a lovable weirdo, my friend. Any last words on this debate? Not actually a debate before we move on to the outro.
Yeah, this interrogation period has been interesting for me, but I think a lot of people appreciate the vanilla ice cream. I think
You're right about
people
that.
agree that you don't always have to be going all out with all these new ice cream flavors that they come up with, because I feel like everyone's reaching these days. Everyone's trying to come out with whatever extravagant mixes they can make with ice cream when it should just be the standards, in my opinion.
Man, the amount of dessert to conservative policy analogies that I could be making for you is tremendously high, but I'm just going to let you keep talking there, Ted Cruz.
Okay, please don't. I am not traveling to Cancun this weekend, so.
Well, it's been fun, folks. We gave you some good sister dating cautious advice. We took a rip down broken bong lane. And then we listened to Josh tell us some horrible thoughts on desserts. So get your emails in, letters to Jules and Josh at gmail.com. Join the conversation on Instagram and Facebook at letters to Jules and Josh. Lots of memes, funny pictures, perhaps disgustingly dry block brick-like desserts going up on there. We enjoyed your company. We love you. We'll see you next Thursday and every Thursday for more content.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, that brick of chocolate cake place has gone out of business, so no one will be able to try it.
Who would have thought? All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Music is love, and love is music. Yeah. Sing the song, brother, sing the song. Sing the song, you could never be wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been waiting for a sign. Do you hear that? Now I'm dancing to your vibe.